Hey loggers, I want to thank you for your support so far. Together we can build a wonderful community and expand this creepy universe even further. Help me reach 500 subscribers. Something very big is coming. Now without further ado, when we reach 500, the next door opens. What waits beyond is something I can't face alone. Join the logs. Stay aware. Stay afraid. Let's dive into today's story. They say the house used to belong to a woman named Clara Vale. That she lived alone for 47 years after her husband disappeared, that she boarded up the basement herself and told the mailman not to step past the front gate, that when she finally died, no family came for the body. And when the coroner took her away, they said she had no eyes, only empty sockets filled with dirt. I moved into the house 7 months ago. It was cheap, far from the city, and the kind of place I thought would finally let me finish my novel. Every creak of the floorboards felt older than memory. There were no mirrors, no basement key. The bedroom door still had a lock that turned from the outside. I thought it was quirky. Now I think it was a warning. I started hearing the knocking in my second week. Not on the doors, not on the windows. From below, software measured, like a polite guest at the other side of a wall. Too weak to knock harder. Always 3 taps. And always at exactly 1:11 a.m. I thought it was plumbing until I remembered the water heater was upstairs. The house shifts at night. It's hard to explain. The hallway to the kitchen feels longer after dark. The windows let in less light than they should. Sometimes I pass a mirror and forget it's not supposed to be there. There are no mirrors in the house, but sometimes I see them in my periphery. And when I turn to look, there's just a wall. I started stacking things over the basement door. Not out of fear, just instinct. 2 weeks ago, I found a note. Folded neatly, tucked into the edge of the front door. It was written on yellowed paper in frantic cursive. If it asks for your voice, don't answer. If it cries, don't pity it. If it stops knocking, it's already inside. There was no name, no signature, just a smear of something dark on the bottom corner. It smelled like soil and copper. That same night, the power went out at exactly 1:11 a.m. The knocking came again, only this time it didn't stop. 3 knocks, then silence, then 3 more, and a sound I can't forget. Like a wet breath through a throat full of leaves. I opened the kitchen window, ready to crawl out. But outside looked wrong, like the yard had folded in on itself. The fence was too tall, the trees too close. I swear I saw the mailbox blink. So I stayed, hid in the bathroom, slept in the tub. The next morning I checked the basement door. The words I had nailed down were bent from the inside. And in the corner of the hallway, written in something dry and brown, "You were warm." Since then it's gotten worse. I hear whispering through the air vents. I found my reflection smiling when I wasn't. My phone refuses to record any audio between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. All I get is white noise, and under it, if you turn the volume all the way up, a voice that sounds like mine saying, "I let her out." I've started sleeping with the lights on, all of them, but I keep waking up in total darkness. The house won't let them stay on anymore. And the knocking? Last night it came from my closet, and when I opened the door, I heard my mother's voice. But she's been dead for 3 years. I think Clara Vale wasn't trying to keep something out. She was keeping something in, and it's been waiting all this time for someone to move in, for someone to listen. I haven't slept in 4 nights. Not really. Not without hearing it breathing under the floorboards. Last night, I watched the ceiling shift above me. Not crack, not creak, but flex, like lungs stretching around a ribcage too full of something that shouldn't breathe. At 1:11 a.m. the knocks came again. Only once, and then the voice. "Let me wear you." I don't remember opening the basement door, but I remember being in it. I don't mean walking down the stairs. I mean, I was inside the space itself, like the air had weight and memory, like the house had closed around me. It was darker than dark. No smell, no temperature, just presence. I heard whispers I've never said before, and saw my own hands, smaller, thinner, like they were remembering themselves differently. The thing in the basement didn't chase me. It didn't need to. It was inside me already. Clara Vale didn't just die here. She buried herself alive. Her journals were sealed inside a brick cavity behind the furnace. I only found them because I heard crying from the wall, soft, like a child who didn't want to be heard. In them she wrote of something that came through the dirt. Not from hell, not from a grave, from memory, from grief that grew too large to stay human. A thing that started as her husband, and then forgot what he was, and then forgot he wasn't her. He asked to wear me, she wrote, and I said yes. The last entry was a list of names, all of them women, all of them warm enough. Last night the mirrors came back. Every reflective surface in the house now shows a version of me I don't recognize. Taller, paler, antlers growing through my scalp, a mouth that never closes, and in every mirror it speaks, but only when I don't. I caught one sentence, just once. She left space for you. The knocking has stopped. The thing in the house no longer needs to ask. because I've started hearing it in my voice, finishing sentences I don't start, laughing when I don't move my face. I think it's practicing. I think it's learning how to wear me right. I tried leaving. I made it as far as the gate before the sky folded sideways and the sun blinked out like a faulty bulb. I looked up, and there was no sky, just dirt pressed against invisible glass above me. And behind me, the house had changed. It had my handwriting on the doorframe now. It had my picture above the mantel. It knew my name. Tonight is the last night. I've carved the symbol into my chest the way Clara did. Maybe it'll keep me in one piece when it happens. Maybe it'll at least remind someone that I was here first. But I doubt it, because the voice is no longer below. It's in the walls, in the mirror, in my mouth. If you find this journal, don't try to cleanse the house. Don't try to banish it. Just close the door and nail it shut, because what lives beneath her house isn't a ghost. It's a reflection that never left, and now it's wearing me.